Oh, there were some really scary moments for a Colorado State Patrol trooper after he pulled over a driver on I-25 earlier this week. This is the view from Master Trooper Travis Hood's dash cam on, oh my goodness, on Tuesday. He had just returned to his motorcycle after writing a ticket, and then a minivan ran into the car that the trooper had pulled over. The driver in that car that was hit was hurt. The driver of the van had some minor injuries. The passenger also hurt, and the driver was cited for careless driving. So Sergeant Troy Kessler with the Colorado State Patrol is joining us live to discuss why the move over law is so important. Trooper Kessler, I mean, it's so hard to even see that video and think that this is happening more than once. So can you explain the details of this law?
Sure. Well, first off, thank you for having me this morning. But yeah, this law is in place to keep our road workers safe. Anytime a motorist is approaching a stationary emergency vehicle, our maintenance crews like CDOT, road and bridge crews, and also tow truck drivers, a motorist is required to move over one full lane. And if they're unable to safely do so, they're required to reduce their speed by 20 miles per hour. And that's just to keep everybody safe. That could be outside of their vehicle, whether it be one of those workers or even a passer or a motorist that's stranded on the side of the road. It's there to protect those parties.
So, I mean, this rule and this law has been around for a while, but obviously we bring it up because it's still an issue. So how often are we seeing people and our troopers getting hurt because people aren't following those rules?
Well, we have close calls all the time. None of them maybe, or not all of them as dramatic as the one that we shared with you guys, but we have these close calls all the time, especially in adverse weather conditions that we're going to see in the next few days. And a lot of times people aren't injured, but there's often times where troopers can get really injured. Motorists can be very injured, and if you remember in 2016, Trooper Cody Donahue died for a situation because somebody didn't move over. So it's something we want to make awareness of. There's still so many people that don't know what the law is and what they're required to do. So it happens all the time, and we just want to get the word out.
Yeah, I know. I always think of Trooper Donahue when we talk about this. I personally just have noticed kind of people being more aggressive on the roads over the last year or two. So can you talk about some of the repercussions that drivers could face if they find themselves violating these rules?
Well, I mean, really best case scenario, someone could face a citation for that. That carries a fine and sometimes a court date. But on top of that, if in this case somebody caused an accident and injured some people, and so that's obviously a summons to court as well. But very worst case scenario, and nobody wants to hurt anybody, but you can hurt somebody seriously or kill them, and we don't want to see somebody lose their life or get injured for something that is totally preventable. And on top of that, we don't want them to have to live with those repercussions either. The law is there for both the people on the side of the road and the motorists that are passing by.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Yeah, thank you so much, and especially that reminder ahead of the weather that we've got coming our way. Trooper Kessler, as always, thank you so much for your time.
Yes, thank you for having me.
All right, we'll get a check of the weather.